Isn't that beautiful? Can you hear the birds? Hey guys, welcome to episode 3 of Chillin with Dillon. Today, we're chilling on top of the rainbow wall. Absolutely wrecked myself training on it the past 2 days. It's a ton of fun. I don't really have prepared talking points today, but I was just sitting here catching that sunset and figured I'd let you guys in on it too. Oh, there we go. What I did want to talk about today, though, is a question that was posed in the book, The Courage to Be Disliked. And it basically talks about how not liking yourself can be used as like a crutch or used as if it's a virtue. And you can make it your excuse because when you don't like yourself, all you see are your flaws, and you're not gonna see the strengths that you do have. This is what can evolve from something that I took a note on yesterday but didn't talk about, was the statement that feelings of inferiority are subjective assumptions. So subjective meaning not based in fact. It's from your own perspective, and it's an assumption that you carry with yourself. And this is one of those dangers of comparing yourself to others, whether it creates feelings of, I'm not as talented as someone else, I'm not as smart as someone else. And that feeling of inferiority will develop into this lack of observing your own strengths. And where your attention goes, energy flows. So you're focused on your shortcomings, and it actually ends up magnifying them and blinding you to the strengths that you possess. This term, inferiority complex, is a very common term, but I feel like most people have one, and they're either not aware about it, or they're in denial of it, or they've had one for so long that it has morphed and become a very special state of mind or state of mental disease called a superiority complex, that based on this belief of being not as good as other people, this attempt to overcome that in an unhealthy way, it justifies being not as good at one thing by becoming superior in another, and then believing yourself to be better than that person because of your gifts or skills that you've developed in this other area. I have to be honest that rang true for me, in that I've had a lot of friends around me have a lot of success in different ways, especially with creating income from social media. And though I was unaware of it or repressed those feelings, it created feelings of inferiority. It had me asking the least productive line of questions in the English language, and I think there are 3. Why them? Why not me? And then also this other question, which I feel like is very immature potentially, or is just like a dangerous line of reasoning to go down, and it's a good place to end up in a place of resentment. But this third question is, or it's more of a, yeah, it's still a question. It's, but what about me? And it like stems from a place of entitlement. If you just stay in that question, but what about me? But what about me? The universe works on principles of sowing and reaping, and you get back what you put out into the world. And a farmer has no crop to reap if they have not sown. And if you find yourself asking, but what about me? You need to take those eyes that are outward focused on why the universe has not given you something, and take responsibility for your own life and recognize that though you may not have caused your current circumstance, you are responsible for creating your future. And you just got to stop whining. Complaining, not in the formal complaint for a service that you've paid for, but just complaining about your own life is just the least productive use of your own energy. If you don't like a situation that you're in, you have the power to change that. The almost cliche serenity prayer comes to mind in regards to this topic. What is it? Grant me the courage to change the things that I can, the peace to accept the things that I cannot change, and the wisdom to know the difference. Wanting things to be different than they are, wanting people to be different than what they are, even if in your mind you want them to be better, or you believe that they can be better. It's just a real good way to steal your joy. If you cannot accept things the way that they are, then you're unhappy. I forget who says this, but he said that desire is a contract you make with yourself to not be happy until you have acquired the object of your desire. I'll finish with a quote or a paraphrase from good old Mr. Rogers. But there's a video, I don't know if it was an interview or just him doing what he does, but he said that I don't think that a child can grow unless he is accepted and loved exactly as he is. And if you have the courage to be okay with where you are, then I think you'll find a sense of strength and peace in that place. And that's where you can grow from. So back to the inferiority complex. The special state of mind that can develop is the superiority complex, but that comes from an unhealthy way of trying to compensate. In the book, they said that the only healthy way to overcome your inferiority complex is through dedicated striving and growth, but from a place of humility and personal growth, of seeing your strengths and working on those and accepting yourself for who you are. I hope you can do that. It'll save you a lot of strife. Have a good day.